Hey there, cats and kitties. I'm the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, we'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 10 of the anime series, Keijo, part 2 of the East-West War, and we're still ramping up all of the crazy absurdity and all these moves, fairy butt and everything like that, titty twisting, all that kind of good stuff. And it was actually really cool seeing that Alba and Non were partnered together with the big sort of buff chick and Usagi, and I thought it was really cool seeing Usagi actually sort of bowing out, taking the fairy butt on the opposite side, who was using a sort of self-hypnotism to really, it was like mind over matter to strengthen her buttocks and everything like that. Whereas you had the big buff chick on our side who could do that, normally, the Vajra butt or whatever the hell they called it. Too much of a good thing. It ends up making your butt look like a walnut as far as I'm concerned. And, but apparently it's like, roving around with steel pipes and things based on the sound effects when they're jamming their butts into each other. And, I just thought it was really cool. Alba had come up with this great strategy to lure all of the opposing team, to these like sort of weak points where, because they were on these floating plane platforms or land platforms, it was interesting. They would basically exploit the equilibrium, the balance, and everything like that by jumping at a key point to completely knock off balance the opposing team. And I just thought that was really cool that we had teamwork. And they really dragged this out, even closer than, recent episode of Scorching Ping Pong Girls, where I said the second match of 3 or whatever it was, or 3 of 5, effectively, they basically stretched it out to the very end. And this was very much the same case as far as who was going to take the win. It was pretty much neck and neck with the titty twisting lady, who was the last one by the end of the episode left. And I thought that was absolutely brilliant, the way they were, being all strategic and working together, the teamwork between Alba and Non and all that kind of stuff. It was just all kinds of awesome. And they really have proven themselves as far as, Satoshi is not to be scoffed at anymore in the East-West War, and I'm really highly impressed by that. I'm impressed that they are getting the crowd impressed, and it's almost a virtual upset when it seems like Alba took the win, because they weren't expecting them to even get past the first round without losing, and here we had Miyata kicking all kinds of ass in the previous episode for that round one, and very much again are we seeing just how badass Alba is. I think Miyata's still skirting the line of being my favorite character, just above Alba, but Alba is definitely my second favorite. And you have her using this awesome, just, hand ability to sensation, where everybody decides to let her basically fondle their buttocks and learn all of their abilities, and she can use all of their abilities, which, like, completely brain busted me when she's got all these glowing orbs of buttocks that she's like feeling, and she's rifling through her mental index to use all of these other special moves and everything like that. I just thought that was absolutely brilliant and all kinds of hilarious as well. And Alba kicked all kinds of ass too, man. She was on point. For somebody who in the first couple episodes she was kind of timid, she was soft spoken and everything like that, and she hardly talked at all really at first, and now we have her being a real thorough contender, man, and kicking all kinds of ass, being again a strategist, and being able to counter this titty twisting technique, these titty drills, like, oh my god. And I just again, it was racked with absurdity and hilarity, and all the way down to the wire. Like, I had started to wonder, I'd gone into the episode figuring, well, this is only the second match, so surely our main girls are probably going to lose. And there was a point where I kind of flipped back into uncertainty through the course of this episode, because I was like, wow, it's like they're really they're not only holding their own, they're kicking all kinds of ass. And maybe our main girls, maybe they're actually going to take the win around early, and then it was such a freaking cop-out that, of course, the titty twisting drill effect managed to make that chick, like she pushed the water down by air pressure, so she didn't touch the water milliseconds before Alba did. Alba did just milliseconds before her, so of course Alba takes the loss by technicality, if anything. And so yeah, I mean, watching this episode again, just as the last one was, it was all kinds of insane, and that's what is so great about this show. All of the super booby butt powers and everything like that, again, fairy butt, hypnotism, and all these things, drill titties and whatever like that. It's just, I swear to God, this show makes my day. It gets me cracking up time and time again, or going WTF, and like, what in the hell am I watching? That's what I love about it. And again, it was such a freaking cop-out move that, of course, the East won this one when it was really down to the line. And Alba, Non, all of them, Usagi, the big buff chick, they all came together, worked together, and they really, sort of outdid their the other team's expectations of how capable they would be. They completely messed them up and threw them for a loop, and even down to that last second, it looked like they were holding their own and they were winning. And only by technicality, as I say, did they lose. So it's really going to be on Nozomi and whoever else she's going to be with their shoulders in the next episode for this final round. I can only presume it's the final round. It'll be interesting to see who else they're going to be up against. Of course, we saw the masked girl on the east side, who looks like something out of Gundam, with apparently the drawn boobs, as per the title card at the end of the episode. Maybe she's trying to keep people like focused on her spot while she's standing here, and she'll use super speed and she'll be over there, and I don't know. And that was another factor that came into this episode: super speed, running around from Usagi and everything, but she was being matched by drill titties. Like, oh man, what the hell is this show? It's just all kinds of freaking flamboyant and entertaining and hilarious as all hell. And yeah, this was definitely a down to the wire, intense episode. On the edge of my seat was I, uncertain of how it was going to play out by the end. And it did, live up to my expectation that our girls would probably lose. But it was such a cheap shot, technicality, BS call as far as I'm concerned. Alba had this sucker, And so yeah, bring on the next one. That'll be pretty much it for me on this one. This video finds you well. I'll catch you all later. Peace.